When we hear about the 8 divine companions of Radha, the Ashta Sakhis, we usually picture a very specific scene. They are often imagined standing quietly in the background of divine pastimes, smiling, holding flowers, and playing a purely passive role. Even when we focus on the most prominent of these companions, Shri Lalita Sakhi, it is easy to assume she is simply a best friend, a favored peer among equals, always standing pleasantly by Radha's side. But if we look at the records left by ancient Rasik saints, a historical contradiction appears. Before these devoted mystics offer their prayers to Radha and Krishna, they bow first to her. Then there is a strangely specific biographical detail. Across multiple spiritual texts, this supposedly equal companion is deliberately recorded as being exactly 27 days older than Radha. Most surprisingly, this smiling friend holds the absolute authority to fiercely scold Krishna, and he actively submits to her reprimands. These 3 paradoxes reveal that Lalita Sakhi occupies a specific, authoritative position in the divine hierarchy, suggesting a governing logic that goes far beyond simple companionship. To understand her role, we have to look toward her formal title in the classical texts, the Supreme Director of the Nikunj Lilas, the most intimate divine pastimes of Vrindavan. Take a look at this network map. This represents the hidden architecture of these divine pastimes. She sits at the absolute center. She dictates the exact timing, the precise location, and the specific nature of every single meeting between Radha and Krishna. Operating like a master switchboard, she manages an immense web of divine communication. She orchestrates the movements of countless other companions by dispatching complex riddles and subtle signals that only they can decode. Her authority extends directly into the physical environment itself. The arrangement of the forest, the creation of floral canopies, and even the blooming of individual flowers waits for her specific command so they can properly serve Radha. She even regulates the physical rhythm of the entire realm. By playing her veena in the complex Bhairav Kalingata raga, she sets the musical tempo that drives the momentum of the forest. Every single leaf, every musical note, and every message is synchronized through her. From the movement of the wind to the timing of a meeting, her oversight ensures the seamless flow of every divine interaction. The 27 days she was born before Radha create a specific social dynamic. This slight seniority grants her a recognized right to offer advice and provide the protective care of an older sister, formalizing her leadership over the other companions. The ancient texts describe her psychological profile as Vama Prakhara, the fierce protector. Her specific job is to actively guard the emotional boundaries of the divine couple. If Krishna causes Radha even a single tear, or if he is late to a scheduled meeting, her protective instincts activate. She steps directly in front of him, unleashing severe reprimands, and she becomes an uncompromising barrier between them. This behavior is documented as Kandita Bhav. To understand it, we must separate it from human anger. Her scolding stems entirely from a calculated mechanism of divine friction. This graph visualizes how that mechanism works. When Lalita introduces this artificial friction, the baseline of joy dips deeply into longing. But this deliberate delay creates a mathematical amplification, causing the joy of their eventual reunion to spike exponentially higher than it ever could naturally. Her apparent harshness is actually a profound sacrifice. She is willing to play the role of the temporary antagonist, purely to maximize the ultimate bliss of Radha and Krishna. The Rasik saints eventually reveal the ultimate nature of this bond. They recognize Lalita Sakhi as a physical extension of Radharani's own power and essence. The mystics use a specific poetic truth to explain this. They describe her as the very redness of Radha's lips. Wherever Radha exists, Lalita is already there, naturally accompanying her as an inseparable quality. Her glowing golden physical form is simply the abstract concept of service, gathering itself into a visible, breathing body. She has no personal ego, no private ambitions, and no separate desires outside of her duty. Her entire existence is completely and utterly dissolved into the single act of serving Radha. This is why merely reading scriptures or memorizing historical facts about Vrindavan falls short. Understanding this realm requires the permission and grace of its ultimate teacher. Shri Lalita Sakhi holds one final title, the Supreme Teacher of Vrindavan's Divine Bliss. She serves as the ultimate gatekeeper, and her approval is mandatory for anyone seeking spiritual access to these pastimes. Her presence is still anchored to the physical world. The rocky terrains and ancient villages around Govardhan act as enduring conduits for her grace today. The deeply revered Rasik saints like Swami Haridas, who established these great temples, are considered her direct incarnations. They brought her divine orchestration down to humanity, allowing us to participate in that eternal service. The secret of Shri Lalita Sakhi offers a profound lesson on the nature of love. True devotion requires forgetting yourself completely and finding your absolute highest joy entirely in the happiness of the one you serve.